para-jumble. We all know how do we have to solve para-jumbles. Rearrange the following 6 sentences, A, B, C, D, E and F, in the proper sequence to form a meaningful paragraph, and then answer the questions given below. So the trick to such questions is read the passage, get your answers correct, form a sequence, and then just go on ticking, which is the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, depending on which one the question asks. Let's read the sentences. These 10 soldiers were from the Madras regiment. The alarm was sounded when radio communication with the post was lost after it got buried under the avalanche. The part of Nadan Glacier where the incident took place had some of the most treacherous terrain in the forbidding heights of the region. A junior commissioned officer and 9 other soldiers were feared killed when an avalanche hit their post in the northern part of the Siachen Glacier, Saltoro Ridge. There, they were posted at an altitude of 19,600 feet on the Northern Glacier where the incident took place. The rescue operation was launched as swiftly as possible, he added. Now, I'm sure there may be some words whose meanings you may want to know. Regiment. Regiment refers to a group of soldiers, a unit on the army. The army is further divided into many regiments, and a certain group of soldiers that come from a certain area have a name which is called a regiment. Great. Any other words? Avalanche, boys and girls. Avalanche is a terrible snowstorm. A terrible snowstorm where it snows for a very long time, and and it's freezing cold. Temperatures can go down as low as minus 30 degrees centigrade sometimes. The next sentence has a word known as treacherous. Any idea what does the word treacherous mean, boys and girls? Anyone out there would like to try the meaning of the word treacherous? Treacherous. The word treacherous means dangerous in the sense when it looks like something but it is something else. The word treacherous actually means cheating. So treacherous in this context would mean dangerous. In this context, the word treacherous would mean dangerous, but actually the word treacherous means cheating. Why? Because when something looks like it is something but it is actually something else. So therefore, that is what the word treacherous means. And the last word that I have underlined on the screen, altitude. The word altitude means height. The word altitude means height. So looks like Ravi has struck gold. He has quickly solved it. I'm looking for some more people to come up with some more answers and then to finally discuss what the correct answer to this para-jumble is. Take about another minute, boys and girls, and let's solve it. I think it's time to discuss the answer since most of you have actually managed to solve it. So boys and girls, the answer to this is D for Delhi, A for Ahmedabad, E for England, B for my most favorite city in the world, Bombay, F for Finland, and C for Calcutta. I repeat, the answer is D for Delhi, A for Ahmedabad, E for England, B for Bombay, F for Finland, and C for Calcutta. Any doubts, boys and girls, or you're clear with the answer? Now, first of all, if you look at the sentence A, these 10 soldiers, you know that the sentence before this has to tell you about these 10 soldiers. The paragraph cannot start with a pronoun without telling you what you're talking about. So, sentence D by default becomes the first sentence. Why? Because they tell us that who are these soldiers whom we are talking about in this paragraph. So D is by default the first sentence because a junior commissioned officer and 9 other soldiers are feared to be killed when an avalanche hit their post in the northern part of the Siachen Glacier. In this sentence, the entire incident is described to us in one line. It lays down the theme, what exactly we are going to be talking about in this passage. Therefore, this is the first sentence. If you see, you actually have to first talk about the incident before you actually conclude it. So therefore, by default, sentence D is the first one because it tells us exactly what happened. Now, If you count in sentence D, you know that there are 10 soldiers we are talking of, 1 junior commission and 9 other soldiers. So technically, once you have mentioned the soldiers, you have to mention where the soldiers come from, which is 2, which therefore sentence A will be the second sentence. These 10 soldiers were from the Madras regiment. You have mentioned the incident, you have mentioned where these soldiers come from. Now, where were these soldiers when the incident actually happened? After telling us who were these soldiers, you need to tell us where were these soldiers, which is told to us in sentence E. Therefore, it becomes the third sentence. They were posted at an altitude of 19,600 feet on the Nadan Glacier where the incident took place. Now, let's go to the next one. Now, once the incident took place, what happened? As soon as the incident took place, what happened? The minute the incident happened, the alarm was sounded when radio communication with the post was lost after it got buried under the avalanche. So if you wait till here, let's take a break. Let's look at why we have placed these 4 sentences in this order. Sentence 1, the number 1 that we have ascribed to sentence D, tells us what happened and who were the people involved in the sentence. So therefore D becomes first because it tells us that these were the 10 soldiers and the incident took place in the Siachen Glacier and what happened. Then look at sentence A. It gives us details that who were these, which place these soldiers belonged to the Madras regiment. Then let's go on to say why E is sentence number 3, because this tells us after the incident exactly where the incident took place, that this incident took place at an altitude in this exact place of the Nadan Glacier. Now, what happened when the incident took place? The minute the incident took place, the alarm was sounded when radio communication with the post was lost after it got buried under the avalanche. Now, what happened after they came to know the alarm was sounded? Obviously, after the alarm was sounded, 5th, a rescue operation was launched. The minute an incident of this magnitude happens, something like this happens, we know that a rescue operation will be launched. So this is exactly what was done, and therefore we come to sentence C, which is the 6th why. Why did this incident happen here? This incident happened here because this part of the Nadan Glacier has some of the most treacherous terrain in the forbidding heights of the region.